Yeah, if you, I'll pick it up. I thought she was
Good morning.
today. I asked her,
Welcome to Midway
and
Center.
even that, she was kind of like,
Today's graduates will be
it's not my
standing at
request.
ground
Like,
level
hand me
in
this
the
thing.
ceremony. With this in mind, we encourage you to sit as high as possible in the bleachers. This will
I
allow
get
you
it
to
on
provide
a
your
large
best
scale,
view
but
during the ceremony, but it is also ideal for photography.
imagine if we just, imagine if you guys did that for every now.
Everybody here is a variety of reasons why they came to me. So you guys have been training for 37 weeks. You're going to get your way some more sophisticated facts.
Like, I want to know exactly. You know exactly. They want to actually, it's next week, right?
My certification as a ninja. Very famous for us. They had a lot of festivals. You got the big old gun statues, Godzilla. Things that kids have always seen. If you don't like big robots, that's something that I've done since I got the chance to get on a train and just go to a random spot.
Military music at Navy Band Great Lakes has a long, rich history. The first musician, a bugler, arrived in 1908 to the then new Naval Training Center, and the band was officially established in 1911 when the first recruits arrived for training. During World War I, the illustrious John Philip Sousa led the band as he trained more than 1,500 musicians for the Navy. Today's members carry on that noble tradition in the spirit of their motto, pride in service. With a wide range of performing ensembles, this talented group of professional military musicians appear in hundreds of parades, concerts, school, public, and recruiting performances throughout its 11-state area each year as the Navy's ambassadors to the Midwest. The Commander, Naval Service Training Command, Rear Admiral Jamie Sands, is proud to present the men and women of Navy Band Great Lakes.
Stand over here. I'll get you through as soon as they're done. Thank you. Actually, you know what? that, so if I start grabbing people, then I'm screwed. Yeah, we need to find as many people as
To honor those who have served, Navy Band Great Lakes will conclude today's concert with a performance of the Armed Forces Medley. As your service song is played, please stand to recognize your service or your family's service to our country. The United States Army. drum major for today's concert is musician first class Catherine Kalinowski. And conducting Navy Band Great Lakes is chief musician Laura Rignalda. Another acknowledgement, please, for their outstanding performance this morning. The parade of graduates is underway and will arrive at Midway Ceremonial Hall in just a few moments. Please make sure that all personal items are clear of the aisles and the drill deck. Guests in the balcony are reminded that standing along the rail is prohibited for the remainder of the ceremony. We know that your sailors will have many wonderful and amazing stories for you about their boot camp experience. However, at this time, we offer some video evidence that reveals our side of the story.
Good morning and welcome to Recruit Training Command and today's graduation. We are very excited to have all the family and friends of our sailors, both here and online, because you are about to watch the formal transition from recruits to full-fledged sailors in the world's greatest and most powerful Navy. As we honor the accomplishments of America's best and brightest, we must also honor the family and friends of these new sailors. Without you and your steadfast support and devotion, this day would not be possible. Throughout our nation's history, the secret to our military's success has always been the military families that stand the watch at home and support their sailors. The Department of the Navy has made the determination that the men and women graduating today have what it takes, and that is thanks to you. So on behalf of the United States Navy, thank you for the support and care you provide. This celebration is not just for the graduates, but for you as well. Take special pride in what your sailor has accomplished and the tremendous journey they are about to embark on. They are our future. Thank you again for your support and all you do to keep America safe and strong. Enjoy this ceremony. It gives me distinct pleasure to welcome you to our Navy family.
As the parade of graduates approaches, we salute the states and territories whose sons and daughters will graduate today.
Delaware,
Pennsylvania, New Jersey,
Georgia, Connecticut, Massachusetts,
Maryland,
South Carolina,
New Hampshire,
Virginia, New York,
North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont,
Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana,
Mississippi,
Illinois, Alabama, Maine, Missouri,
Arkansas, Michigan,
Florida, Texas, Iowa, Wisconsin,
California, Minnesota,
Oregon, Kansas, West Virginia, Nevada, Nebraska,
Colorado, North Dakota,
South Dakota, Montana, Washington,
Idaho,
Wyoming, Utah,
Oklahoma,
New Mexico, Arizona,
Alaska,
Hawaii, District of Columbia, Puerto Rico,
Guam,
American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands, Virgin Islands,
state flags, order, arms. And now we invite you to join the staff of Recruit Training Command in welcoming the graduating divisions with your applause as they enter Midway Ceremonial Hall and are announced in the following order.
Please welcome Division 071. Division 072. Division 078. Division A-05. Division A-06. Today's graduating performing unit is Division 911. Division 911 provides the recruit choir, drill team, and band for today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Thank you. Divisions. Right. Face. Section leaders, fall out and collect outer garments.
Stay! On! Carry! Home! Forward! Platoon! Formation!
Divisions. Counter. March. Divisions. Halt.
Prepare for review. At a normal interval, dress left, dress. Ready, front, left, face. At close interval, dress right, dress. Ready, front, right, face, parade, rest.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? For the remainder of the review, no one will be permitted to pass in front of the review stand. And we ask this as a courtesy to our reviewing officer. Photography is certainly encouraged, but we ask that you remain seated and off the drill deck. The photographers you will see on deck throughout the review are the official photographers of Recruit Training Command. Division commanders, left or right, face, parade, rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm Lieutenant Rob Griffin Duncan, Recruit Training Command's Drill Division Officer. I would like to welcome you to today's Pass and Review. Today you will see 14 divisions, comprised of 992 sailors, participate in their graduation ceremony and soon join the most powerful Navy in the world. Please draw your attention to the unit position at center deck. There is the review commander and staff. The review commander is responsible for conducting the graduation ceremony. Today's review commander is Seaman Recruit Antonio Barbosa from McAllen, Texas. Let's give him a hand, folks. Performing today is the State Flags Unit on their 6th week of training, Staff Unit on their 7th week, and Triple Threat Unit on their 8th and final week of training. These units are comprised entirely of recruits. During their night of arrival, all recruits are placed into divisions of 88 personnel and assigned their division commanders. Recruit division commanders form the backbone of recruit training and are the key individuals in the life of every recruit. Division commanders must serve as counselors, disciplinarians, administrators, and military leaders. Above all, they must show themselves as outstanding examples of military bearing, appearance, attitude, and behavior. Each division also has a recruit chief petty officer. This is the senior recruit who supervises the divisional staff positions and leads the division in the absence of their division commanders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the graduating divisions, their division commanders, and recruit chief petty officers. As I introduce each division, they will raise the competitive flags that they have earned throughout their training. As I introduce each recruit chief petty officer, the flag representing their home state will also be raised. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been completed. I will be starting from their right. Division 071, commanded by Chief Petty Officer David Wilderman. Petty Officer First Class Dylan Gosselin. Petty Officer First Class Abernis Mieses. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Jomo Bullen from Brooklyn, New York. Division 072, commanded by Petty Officer First Class Dylan Duke. Petty Officer First Class Angela Howell. Petty Officer First Class Eric Allen. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Jason Dempsey from Los Angeles, California. Division 073, commanded by Chief Petty Officer Raymond Weimer. Petty Officer First Class Michael Rivera. Petty Officer First Class Allison Dunn. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Joshua Merritt from Atlanta, Georgia. Division 074, commanded by Chief Petty Officer Anthony Gwynn. Petty Officer First Class Brent Gray. Petty Officer Second Class Aisha Stevenson. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Alexander Hewlett from Huntsville, Alabama. Division 075, commanded by Chief Petty Officer Justin Kells. Petty Officer First Class Roselore Bazile. Petty Officer First Class Andrew Barker. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Theodore Brakeman from St. Charles, Missouri. Division 076, commanded by Chief Petty Officer Douglas Harrell. Petty Officer First Class Maria Leona Guerrero. Petty Officer First Class Sean Loya. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Stephen Campbell from Austin, Texas. Division 077, commanded by Chief Petty Officer Edison Owen. Petty Officer First Class Adam McGinnis. Petty Officer First Class David McGuire. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Victor Ely from Newport News, Virginia. Division 078, commanded by Chief Petty Officer Jacob Meadle. Petty Officer First Class Brian Matthews. Petty Officer First Class Wendy Guerrero. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Cameron Lewis from Rochester, New York. Division 079. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Jack Maige. Petty Officer First Class Cole Walker. Petty Officer Second Class John Sharer. And their recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Marquise Fleming from Houston, Texas. Division 080. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Kevin Lorjust. Petty Officer First Class Richard Sanchez. Petty Officer First Class Joel Crawford. And their recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Kevin Clark from Billings, Montana. Division 804. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Sean Milan. Petty Officer First Class Raquel Lara. Petty Officer Second Class Kendrick Wallace. And their recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Sean McDonald from Wright City, Missouri. Division 805. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Adam Ennis. Petty Officer First Class John Wright. Petty Officer First Class Richard Lyles. And their recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Dylan Kagans from Flagstaff, Arizona. Division 806. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Jonathan Adams. Petty Officer First Class Ryan Kemp. Petty Officer Second Class Troy Carter. And their recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Joseph Draper from Huntley, Illinois. Division 911. Commanded by Senior Chief Petty Officer Fabian Bojorquez. Petty Officer First Class Derek Emter. Petty Officer Second Class Dominica Vance. And their recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Caleb West from Groveport, Ohio. On behalf of the commanding officer and staff of Recruit Training Command, we congratulate these division commanders and recruit chief petty officers on a job well done. In a moment, you'll see the ceremonial side boys, bosun, and honor guard take their places for arrival honors. This time-honored tradition is our formal greeting to this morning's reviewing officer. When requested by the announcer, please stand for the arrival honors, marching on to the colors, the national anthem, and the invocation. As a reminder, military guests shall remain covered throughout the entire graduation ceremony. And ladies and gentlemen, one final note. As befitting the importance of this occasion, our ceremony is conducted in a formal manner. However, we do encourage you to participate in today's graduation ceremony by letting your applause show your sailors just how proud of them you are. Once again, welcome aboard.
Will the guests please rise and remain standing for the arrival of the official party? Recruit Training Command, arriving.
Order! Arms!
Director, Fleet and Family Readiness for Navy Installations Command, arriving. The guests may be seated.
Good morning, sir. Honor guard standing by for inspection, sir. Inspection on. Thank you for your inspection coming, sir. Right shoulder up. Close ring up. Right. Right. Forward. Mark. Left. 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 Left.
Color guard! Parade the colors!
Will the guests please rise? Present arms. present arms. Order, arms. Chaplain Bruno will offer this morning's invocation.
Let us pray. Praise be to the Lord our God, who has blessed our nation with young men and women willing to serve you, O God, to serve their families and to serve our nation. It is with a thankful heart we gather today to celebrate their accomplishment with family, friends, and shipmates. Some expected to graduate from night of arrival, while others struggled for this privilege. Many went to their knees and sought your strength, Almighty God, and you answered them in their distress. As each one embarks upon this monumental journey into life, may they recall how they have leaned upon you and how you carried them through the challenges of basic training. Gracious Father, watch over our newest shipments, strengthen their hands for the work ahead, and continue to stir within them a heart of service for the United States. Amen.
Our guests may be seated. At this point, the commanding officer would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Then the unit commanders would face about and relay the information to their divisions. Today's events demonstrate how orders are passed through the chain of command.
Divisions! Report! Very well. Very well. Very well. Very well. Division 075, all present or accounted for, sir. Very well. Division 076, all present or accounted for, sir. Very well. Division 076.
Good morning, Captain. I present the graduating divisions. Request permission to commence the review. Aye, sir.
All right! Rest!
Sound off! Award winners! Left or right, face! Award winners reported, sir.
Very well. Good morning. I'm Captain Eric Thors, Commanding Officer, Recruit Training Command. And before we go any further, I'd like to give you the opportunity to let these sailors know how much we love them. So on the count of 3, don't get ahead of me. On the count of 3, I want you to stomp, clap, scream, do whatever the heck you gotta do, get it out of your system, but make sure they know how much we love them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, let it go. That's the way you do it. I welcome you to this morning's recruit graduation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where our Navy heritage meets the future and where these young men and women enter the profession of arms. Division 911 graduates today. They are the triple threat unit, providing recruit choir, drill team, and band. Please join me in giving them a hand for their outstanding performances. Welcome to our reviewing officer, Mr. Edward J. Cannon, Director of Fleet and Family Readiness, Commander at Navy Installations Command. I would also like to welcome all the veterans in our audience today for their service to our country. Would our veterans please stand? I'm pleased to welcome the families and friends of these graduates who have come here today to share in this significant milestone with our newest sailors. The men and women of Recruit Training Command are dedicated to providing the United States Navy basically trained, physically fit, and sharply disciplined sailors like those whom you see before you. They and others like them serve as the bedrock of our naval forces. They give our Navy its combat edge, and they enable us to help keep this nation secure. These sailors have successfully completed 8 weeks of demanding recruit training. They have recently demonstrated their knowledge and courage during battle stations. They have earned the right to wear the uniform recognized throughout the world as a symbol of freedom. This training group is ready to graduate and serve in the world's most powerful Navy. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you 992 of the newest and sharpest sailors in the United States Navy.
Recruit Training Command's competitive system among individual recruits and divisions promotes teamwork, attention to detail, and pride in accomplishment. Divisions performing above standards throughout their training are awarded recognition flags in 5 mission areas: academic achievement, military drill, compartment readiness, applications, and physical fitness. These flags are carried as a visible symbol of the division's success. Each flag indicates that your sailors, individually and as teams, met performance standards in one or more mission areas. A division that excels at every phase of training qualifies for the Battle Efficiency Honor Division recognition and is awarded the Battle E Honor Flag for this exemplary achievement. Division A06 has earned this honor today, and we congratulate them on a job exceptionally well done.
Parade! Rest!
Mr. Cannon will now present this week's individual awards, and he will be joined on the drill deck by our commanding officer, Captain Thors.
Morning, Captain. Seaman Vitale reporting.
For achieving the highest overall academic score during recruit training, Seaman Thomas Vitale, Division 804 from Wheaton, Illinois, has earned the Academic Excellence Award, which is sponsored by the Lake Defiance chapter of the Illinois Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. Seaman Vitale receives a letter of commendation from the commanding officer. Well done, sailor. For having displayed extraordinary qualities best expressing the American spirit of honor, initiative, and loyalty, Seaman Ian Williams, Division 805 from Friday Harbor, Washington, is awarded the Navy League Award, which is sponsored by the Navy League of the United States. Seaman Williams is presented with a commemorative plaque and a letter of commendation from the commanding officer. Well done, sailor. Seaman Brooks Wilding, Division 806 from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, is the winner of the United Service Organization Award for best exemplifying the spirit and intent of the word shipmate. Seaman Wilding is given a commemorative plaque from the United Service Organization. Well done, sailor. Seaman Joseph Draper, Division 806 from Huntley, Illinois, is a recipient of the Military Order of the World Wars Award of Merit. This award is presented for meritorious performance during recruit training. Seaman Draper is presented with a commemorative plaque from the Military Order of the World Wars. Well done, sailor. The Military Officers Association Leadership Award is presented to Seaman Aaron Spack, Division 804 from Deerfield, Illinois, for demonstrating exceptional tenacity and professionalism. Seaman Spack is awarded a letter of commendation from our commanding officer. Well done, sailor. Seaman Andrew Robertson, Division 805 from Denver, Colorado, is a recipient of the Navy Club of the United States of America Military Excellence Award for best exemplifying the qualities of enthusiasm, devotion to duty, military bearing, and teamwork. This award places him at the pinnacle of today's newest sailors. He is awarded a flag letter of commendation. Seaman Robertson, the staff of Recruit Training Command salute you as the finest of this group of graduates. Well done, sailor. It is appropriate to recognize such outstanding individual accomplishments by these sailors with a round of 3 cheers. The adjutant will lead all graduating divisions in 3 cheers for this morning's award winners.
Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
I have the distinct pleasure this morning of introducing our reviewing officer, Mr. Edward J. Cannon, Director, Fleet and Family Readiness, Commander, Navy Installations Command. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Community Recreation from Temple University and a Master in Public Affairs from Indiana University. Mr. Cannon began his career with the Navy in 1983.
as Sports Director, Naval Air Station, Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. Prior to coming back to Navy Installations Command, he was Executive Director for Naval District, Washington. Previous positions held include Senior Program Analyst, Corporate Operations, Naval Sea Systems Command, and Director of Quality of Life Programs and Quality of Life Program Analyst, National NSSC. He also held the positions of Director of Morale, Welfare, and Recreation at Navy Surface Warfare Center, Indian Head, Maryland, and MWR Director at Naval Activities, United Kingdom, London, England. He also held a position of Recreation Director and prior to that, Athletic Director of Naval Sport Activity, Naples, Italy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm Recruit Training Command welcome to Mr. Edward Cannon.
Captain Thors, thank you for that introduction. RTC staff, family, friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and privilege to join you today at Recruit Training Command as we celebrate the pass and review of these outstanding young men and women. Ceremonies such as this have occurred for more than a century at Naval Station Great Lakes, where Navy has transformed civilians into highly trained sailors. Today, we welcome these fine sailors into the world's most powerful Navy. Sailors, I thank each one of you for answering the call to duty to serve a cause greater than yourself. You have passed battle stations and proven yourselves worthy of wearing the uniform of the United States Navy. I also want to thank the Recruit Division commanders, instructors, and staff at RTC who have taken on the unique and honorable challenge of shaping recruits into the best sailors in the world. More importantly, I want to thank the families and friends for the important role you have played in this journey. You helped shape your recruit into a person who wanted to serve and ensure our freedoms, and who now embraces the Navy core values of honor, courage, and commitment. I know during the past 8 weeks, you may have had a few anxious moments when letters didn't arrive or the phone was silent, so you took comfort in knowing the Navy was helping to shape them into a United States sailor and that no news was good news. Now you are rewarded by being the proud parents, family, and friends of a United States sailor. Sailors, you are about to embark on one of the most challenging adventures of your life. You've chosen to serve your country when America and our Navy must show a strong presence throughout the world. As you serve around the world, you and your shipmates are not alone. The 21,000 Fleet and Family Readiness professionals that I represent stand ready to enhance your quality of life and contribute to mission readiness. As you depart RTC, look for Fleet and Family programs on every installation and on board ships to support and provide you with the very best in housing, fitness, liberty programs, food and beverage, child and youth programs, counseling support, and our Wounded Warrior program. Finally, you've taken on the responsibility of defending our nation, and you are now prepared for that tremendous duty. Sailors, congratulations. Thank you for your service, and may God bless you and the United States Navy.
Mr. Cannon will now receive the salute of the graduating divisions, and he will be joined on the drill deck by our commanding officer, Captain Thors. Please remain seated until your graduates have been placed on liberty. Please join me in one more round of appreciation for our wonderful musicians of Navy Band, Great Lakes. Flags. Post. Section leaders fall out and retrieve outer garments. Midway Ceremonial Drill Hall will be closing at the conclusion of today's graduation. Please check the area around you to ensure you have all your possessions. For those families with strollers, please retrieve them as you exit the drill hall. And as a reminder to all graduating sailors, ensure that you are in proper uniform of the day prior to exiting the drill hall. Thanks again to each and every one of you for joining us on this most memorable of Navy days. And without further delay, now hear this, now hear this. Liberty call, fall out.